Hey, we're back. Coon Prairie Ramblers, circled up. We got KC and the Moonshine Gang, Loop, the Rebel, not a clue, and Melman. And
we're here.
Yeah, and you know what? It's time for that if bomb.
It certainly is. If bomb's going to be dropping right now, so watch out. Here she comes.
Oh. Yes, sir. That's a good one.
Oh, mercy.
That was a 10.
That was a big 10. That was a big 10. A big 10-4, too. If, the big if, if you somehow could go back in time and, we all have committed faux pas, which are blunders you make out in public blunders, I guess what they are. If you could go back, and I know we've all made one, and think of a particular one you'd like to change or whatever, or prevent, what might that be? Who's got one?
I think Mel's main one was when he pronounced faux pas, Fox Pass.
Fox Pass. That's what it looks like. I done committed one of them there Fox Passes.
Oh, my.
He said, I know it ain't true because I ain't fast enough to pass the fox.
I heard that.
Well, a faux pas. I was always careful. As a kid, I was always accused. I was quiet a lot. I was a wallflower. And the reason for that was that I was afraid of saying the wrong thing. For years and years.
I've always been that way.
Yeah. And so as a result, I didn't say much. So people were always saying, they look over there, won't you be quiet, Mel? Or, just kidding, And, but as far as a faux pas, but later on in life, I became a little bit more verbose, or in my 20s, I kind of got to the point where I'm thinking, well, what the heck? Nobody cares what you say anyway. So anyway, I was working. I worked as a as a counselor at a juvenile commitment program over in Mayaca State Park for a little while. I enjoyed that job because I liked the interaction with the kids and everything. And this one kid was having a problem with one of the staff, and he came up, and I was just getting ready to leave for, it was about 11 o'clock at night, and it was shift change. Of course, we had shift change at all different times. But I was getting ready to leave, and I was kind of in a hurry to get out, and this kid would come, he wanted to talk to me. And he had a complaint, and he had, what's a cleft palate? Is that what they call it? Cleft palate. And so he spoke kind of odd. And he told me his story, what the problem was, and I talked to him for a while. And then I had to leave. And I said, okay, well, I'm just trying to think of something. I say, well, keep up stiff upper lip, and I'll catch you later.
No way.
Yeah. And then as I walked away, I
said that, or you thought that?
I said
it.
He
said it.
Oh,
I'm thinking, I can't believe I said that.
Did you go to confession after that? Oh, that's.
I can't.
I
meant to say, well, you hang in there. Be tough. Be strong. So what's the phrase that comes to you? Oh man!
And then you can say, "Get on out there."
Yeah. Fortunately, there wasn't.
And how tall did you feel after you said that?
Yeah. As I walked away, I got shorter and shorter.
You felt like you could walk under a snake's belly.
That's right.
But then I felt bad on driving home, and on the way the next day when I came back to work, I guess it didn't really. It didn't really fade. He didn't really register what I had said. It just I'm the one that suffered for it.
Heard that.
We went to the land one summer with a church group, quite a big group of young people. And we had to stop up the road somewhere around Lakeland or Bartow or somewhere, and it's probably Lakeland. It seemed like a way out of the way, though, to go to church camp in DeLand. Maybe it was through Haynes Hill, wherever, anyhow. We stopped and we were all seated together to eat lunch. And they set us at a table. And as we were sitting there, I got sitting and looking around, and they took our orders. And I said, oh, my gosh. I said, I'm the only one that got a napkin. All of a sudden, I looked and I realized that I'm the only one that hasn't put my napkin in my lap. So you can rest assured that for the rest of my life, I'm usually the first person
that's haunted you, huh?
to put a napkin in your lap.
Was it a fancy place?
I don't know how fancy. It was just a it wasn't like a.
You got cloth napkins.
They had cloth napkins, yeah, and
or linen, whatever.
You know, I'm sitting there wondering why nobody else has a napkin. Everybody look at me like, well, why didn't you put yours in your lap? So it probably wasn't as big a faux pas to everybody else as like you're talking about, like as it was to me. But I mean, I felt like the stupidest person in the world. And then
and they all knew it.
In that same meal, of course, I ordered a hamburger. I don't know, everybody else probably got something fancy. And I ordered a hamburger. And put some ketchup on there, and I put too much ketchup on there, and it come falling out.
All over the place when you try to eat it.
Here I got my napkin in the lap, and it falls on my shirt, and I get it all over my shirt and everywhere else. So, I mean, that was just a bad meal for me. And ever since then, I've always been kind of leery of putting ketchup on a sandwich because, you know, ketchup will just run out.
Little dab will do.
Even the thickest, you know, Heinz ketchup, it'll still run out on you. So I generally just put a dollop in the center and then squish it.
That's right. It'll work its way out to the outside.
But mustard mayonnaise, you know, you can spread it and it'll kind of stay where you put it, but not so much.
Ketchup can be a little more runny.
Ketchup is kind of runny.
If you do that and you got that ketchup, the best thing to do is just get your knife and fork and cut it up and turn it into a salad.
Turn my hamburger into a salad?
Yeah, you can cut it all in. It's good. It's got the bread in it. You never done that?
No.
Think about it, son. It's a great way to eat. It's something different.
And you could puree it also.
No, I ain't doing that. Now, you can drink your burger. I ain't doing that. Not yet. When I get old enough, I might, but I don't think I'm going to do that.
That was two of my big faux pas, and they were both in the same day, same place, same.
That was a bad day.
Oh, it was a bad day.
When you go on cruises, the waiter comes around when you're sitting there and he takes your napkin. It's always folded up like some kind of crown or something sitting on your plate. And he'll take it off, and he'll pop it like that, and he'll lay it in your lap. But that's kind of creepy to me.
Me too.
That's kind of creepy. That's exactly right. That's a little creepy, but they always do that. And, I mean,
that's because they're from other countries, and they have other way of doing things.
Yeah, they do, but I've yet to do that my own self.
So what did you faux pas?
That's something that haunts me. About 2 years ago, I was in Nashville. We go up there every year or two and play music with friends and hang out and stuff. And it was went to the Johnny Cash museum up there that I know that the couple that owned it, Bill Miller and his wife Shannon, and they have some of the Cash family there and friends, and they play music and you get to meet them and hang out with them, and we have a good time and stuff. And a few of us, it was for his, even though he was passed away, it was for his 82nd birthday. I think it was last year. And we went up there, and then afterwards, a few of us went out to a restaurant, to Shoney's, to eat. And one of the people, the guest there, was W.S. Holland, also known as Fluke. And he was Cash's drummer. But before that, he was the drummer for Carl Perkins. He played on Blue Suede Shoes and a lot of the early rock and roll hits. He's the original rock and roll drummer. He's got his own band. So we went out with him and his wife and a couple of band members and somebody else I know who knew him. So we go to Shoney's. And we order our food and stuff, and we're sitting around talking, and I'm in awe sitting there. I'm like sitting in my mouth thinking, I feel like a wallflower's wallflower. I'm just beside myself to be in his presence. Friendly guy though. So we order. Some of the orders come first, and then his is one of them or whatever. So he starts eating. He has some kind of sandwich with fries. These big nice fries or whatever. And we're talking about how the food hadn't got there yet. So he reaches over and he takes a big long fry and he hands it over towards me or whatever. So here, would you like a fry while you're waiting? And I said, no, I was just trying to be nice. That's a Southern boy coming out at me. No, thank you, or whatever. And he's just holding the fry, looking at me. And I knew I should have taken that fry. I should have taken, but he put it back on his plate and he went back to eat. And he had a ring that had about 500 big old diamonds on it. And here I am offered a fry by the original rock and roll drummer, and I don't take it like I'm too good or whatever. And
yeah, you should have took it and saved it.
I know it. Like I said, I ate a fry off the plate of W.S. Holland. I could have said that, but I felt bad about it. I don't know what he thought of me, but I just felt really bad about it.
Man, I'm feeling bad for you, too.
I felt stupid. I'm reminded every time I have fries now.
Yeah, one faux pas that I commit over and over again is I'll forget somebody's name.
Oh, man. That's me.
And it's not so bad until somehow you get cornered on it.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to be able to say what it is, and you're sitting there like, blah, 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 blah. And it reminded me of the joke we pulled on Miss Mary.
Oh, that was wicked.
Oh, that was.
The queen of the brew crew.
Were you there that day?
refresh my memory. I'm not sure.
You got her good.
My sister bought somebody from her work office to the brew crew that morning.
It's a coffee shop, in case you don't know.
And the woman did not know Mary. But we told her some things about Mary. And, you know, Mary sits in the same seat every time, so she knew where she was going to be described her to her. We told her what her children's name were and all kind of things like that. And so Jamie comes in. Jamie's the one that was pulling she was our little Confederate. And she came in there and walked up to Miss Mary and walked by her, and all of a sudden like, "Oh, hey, Miss Mary, how in the world are you doing?" Went over and hugged her neck, and Mary,
see you again.
Yeah, Mary said, "How's Billy and how's Belinda?" And are you still living up in Limestone? And oh, me and Mom were talking about you yesterday, and how much we miss seeing you. We don't ever get to see you anymore. And Mary just smiling. And you can look on Mary's face and tell that she has no idea. But she thinks that she knows who it is, but she can't put a name or a face with it. So she keeps on talking to her, and we're sitting there, and I keep going and making a motion to her, like, "Tell us who it is." And she's going like, give me the evil eye and telling me to stop it and doing like this and give me the thing. So I keep on.
Yeah, come on, introduce your friend there, man. Hey, well, he laid it on thick.
Finally, I put it up to her loud and proud. "Mary, introduce your friend to everybody." So Mary still can't think of who she is, because obviously she doesn't know who she is. So Mary said, "Well, this is Luke Wilson.
This is going around the table.
Carolyn Dial. This is George Cabas. And this is so-and-so and so-and-so." And finally she gets all the way around the table, and I said, and what's your friend's name? And boy, she looked at me like she could kill me. And then we all burst out laughing, and she figured out that we'd pulled a little fast one on her.
And then it's her turn to get us back. And we got her with a whoopee cushion one time, too, remember?
Yeah. Well, if she's not going to get us, we'll go one more time. Third time's the charm. That was classic. That would have been a great one on TV.
Yeah.
Well, we're down to 30 seconds, so I guess we're going to
Less than 30 seconds.
Oh, we better get on out of here then. All right. Don't make any fox passes, and we'll see you next time.
All right.